Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jesper Offersen, and today we are talking about eyelash curlers. Now, I like to curl my eyelashes, and I know that a lot of you like to do that as well, and it makes it easier to put on the mascara because you already have the curve that you would like to have. So we are looking at two products today, and one of them is from Kevyn Aucoin, and it looks like this. And then there is the other one from Tweezerman, and it looks like this, and it has a rose gold color. Now, I've heard a lot about the Kevyn Aucoin one, and it should be absolutely fantastic. So I thought, okay, well, let's try it out. But first, before I bought that one, I bought another one just by impulse when I was out shopping anyway, and that was the Tweezerman one, this one here. And I did not know what it cost for the Kevyn Aucoin one. I just had an idea it was very, very expensive, so I thought I'd buy this one instead, which was not, it wasn't cheap. For what it is, it was not cheap. So I looked at it compared to the one I already had, which was just an average of the shelf thing from Boots, no name sort of thing, and that I noticed was very curved, and this one, these ones here are curved in a different way, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see it, but if I hold them up like this, you may be able to see that they are kind of like curved. They're not overwhelmingly curved, they're more like flattened out, and the idea is that that way you can get the end lashes more easily. That's the point. And another thing with particularly the Kevyn Aucoin one is that as the girl in the shop said, that it opens up a lot more than the average eyelash curler. So the way it opens up here, there is more room, because if you compare it to the Tweezerman one, if I open them both up, you will see that the Tweezerman one doesn't open up as much, which means that when you have curled your lashes and you would like to do it one more time, it is difficult to get them around them without damaging what you have already done. So an eyelash curler that opens up widely is preferable. Another thing I noticed as soon as I came home and looked at them side by side was that this one has, at least for me, and I don't have a big hand, but I know that girls' hands are smaller, so not like for a man I have a big hand, but these ones are kind of like tight on my fingers, whereas the other one, there are much more room, and it was quite easier to use the Kevyn Aucoin one. So that was just one thing I noticed straight away. So it gave me a sense of, oh, this is absolutely much better. So I tried them, and one thing I will do when I use the Kevyn Aucoin one, or so if I use the other one, is that firstly I will show you how I will curl the eyelash without doing anything else, but just using it as it is. So I take this one here and try and get it kind of like as it should be. Try to grab the outer lashes as well, though it is difficult and it will never really work perfectly. So now that you see they have curved up a little bit, but it's not enough for me. So what I like to do is I dip it into hot water. You can do this with I mean, I just do it under the running water in the bath that is hot enough, in the bathroom that is hot enough where I live, but else here I just have some boiled water, and that is hot, and so you should take care that you don't burn your eyelids. So you just feel, is it okay to, yes, it is okay, and then you go in and, oh, it's tricky part, and you squeeze and you keep it for a little while. And obviously you need to take care that it's not too hot so that you are burning yourself. So use common sense. So as I release it, you can now see that they are much more curved, just like if you had used a curling iron for your hair. It's the same principle, and this will last much longer than if you had just curled them without heating up the eyelash curler. So if we use the other one here, because if you look at it, they will come down a little bit, or if they don't, what I like to do is I just hold them a little with my finger and do like that, and then I whip up the eyelid, so kind of like I can feel them up here. So that will kind of like squeeze them down a little bit, and after a while they will look a bit more normal. So if we try the other one, and I will go and dip that in the hot water as well, just for a little while. You can do this with your hairdryer as well, but the thing with the hairdryer is that you have less control over how warm your eyelash curler will be, and there you are really risking that you are burning your skin, because it can happen that you squeeze your skin and not just your eyelashes. And I try to do them like that, and you can maybe see how my eyelashes are. So when I release it like that, what you will see is that when you look at my eyelashes now, what I see is that I like it on this side, but I don't like it on this side. And the reason is that if you look carefully, you may be able to see that the eyelashes are curving like that, but they are also curving towards the nose. And I don't want that, because I rather want them to curve the other way. And one thing you can do is you could just help it a little bit along to make it look better. But for that reason, I prefer the Kevyn Aucoin one over the Tweezerman one, because I think it gives me a better curve. But one thing is that just as your eyebrows are not twins, they are sisters, as people sometimes call it, as well your eyelashes will not necessarily be exactly identical, and therefore it might be that one eyelash curler you like for your left eye, and the other for the right eye you might like a different one, because that fits your eyelash better. But obviously when you are using your mascara after this, it could be a clear mascara, or it could be a really, a general mascara. You can help it along, and then just as you go, you kind of like force the eyelashes towards the outer corner. So one thing also is that how does an eyelash curler actually work? It is a very harsh, sharp line that goes into this soft thing underneath. But what it means is that you don't get a beautiful curve like that. You get a kink like that. And particularly when you see it from the side, I don't think you can see it, but what happens is that on the outside of the lashes here, they are not curved inside towards the eyelid where I want them. It is kind of like a couple of millimeters further out, and that gives a kind of like not the perfect curve. Is it good enough? Well, for people that look at it, yeah, but for your own satisfaction, I don't think it's not completely good enough for me. And one thing I have noticed is there is actually a company that are making a customized eyelash curlers. So that company is called VOIR creations.com. So I'm not quite sure if it's WA Creations or what kind of language it is. But I will give a link to it below. And the thing is that you can read about it on their webpage, but they are not ready yet in order to provide the product. So we have to wait a little while still. But hopefully they will be able to create a customized eyelash curler that will fit your eyelashes much better. But so far we will have to go with what we have, and one of the more famous names at the moment is the Kevyn Aucoin, but there is also a very spoken of eyelash curler from Cerat, and I will try that out in another video, and I will compare it to the Kevyn Aucoin one. So one thing to say is that be careful with the hot water. Using the hot water is completely at your own risk. Use common sense. It's not too hot, not too cold, because if too cold it doesn't work. But yeah, maybe just hot water from your tap is preferable. But where I am, that water is almost like scaldingly hot for some reason. So yeah, use common sense, but that is one of the things you can do. And as I said, you can do it with a hairdryer as well, but you have less control over how hot it will be. So again, just test it on your hands before you apply it to your eyelashes. So yeah, if you would like to see more of this sort of videos, please subscribe, hit the bell, and do all the things you must do in order to be notified when I upload more of this sort of videos, particularly if you would like to see the one where I am comparing the Kevyn Aucoin to the Cerat eyelash curler. So thank you for watching, see you, bye!